Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes Reacts. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively, we are the Office Blokes.
Indeed.
And a couple of other YouTube channels.
We have.
Be safe to say.
I think it'd be right to say.
Yep. Patreon page.
Patreon page.
Lots of stuff going on. Check out the link.
Loads. Click the link in the description. It'll take you everywhere you need to go, including our social medias and including the new merch that we've not officially launched, but you can already click the links and buy. But we don't have any of it yet. That's why we've not launched it.
Coming soon.
Yeah, coming very soon. Don't worry about that. Now, we talked about this the other day. Was it on a podcast? Or was
You
it
did.
on Confidential? I talked at you about it.
Yeah, you mentioned it.
And I say that I don't particularly believe in aliens coming and visiting us and stuff.
I'm pretty much along those lines as well, must admit.
But the American government seems to be releasing loads of footage of what Navy pilots are saying they think is UFOs and all this sort of stuff. And I just saw this in the suggested feed. Radar confirms UFO swarm around Navy warship, and it's a news thing about it. I just thought it'd be interesting to actually see some of it.
Fair enough.
I've heard people talk about it, but I've never actually tried to watch anything. So we'll get into it. We'll see how it goes.
See what they've got, eh?
Maybe the truth is out there.
It's hot in wherever that says.
Where? On 95 degrees?
Yeah. 98
Wow,
tomorrow.
isn't it? Wow.
Recorded by U.S. Navy personnel have added a new layer of evidence to the current national debate about UFOs. For the first time, radar images recorded inside a Navy ship have confirmed the presence of several unknown objects that swarmed around the ship for hours. I-Team reporter George Knapp here with a story that broke today on Mystery Wire.
Thanks, Brian. Over the past 3 years or so, the public has been able to see several astounding images of what certainly qualify as UFOs during encounters with the U.S. Navy. There's no question that the Pentagon has censored data to go along with the photos and videos, but none of that information has been leaked or otherwise released. That is, until today.
For 2 long hours on the night of July 15, 2019, the crew of the USS Omaha detected on multiple sensor systems unknown objects that surrounded the ship as it moved through ocean waters west of San Diego. One of the objects, a self-illuminated sphere.
You know what? I think you alluded to this the other day when we were talking about it, when you were saying, like, I've seen aerial footage from a military aircraft or a drone where it's pinpointed someone 2.5 miles away from the ground and they've shot them, and you can actually see who the guy is from the footage they've got.
Yeah.
What are they using here to film this?
An iPhone.
Looks like a guy sat behind a wall on with a Nokia 9210.
An iPhone with some tissue over it, I think, by the look of it.
But why is the footage so shit?
But I
It's a
don't.
military warship.
But I don't think the purpose of these sort of instruments is to get HD footage of things. I think, you know, there's radar, there's sort of sonar, there's like all these. They serve a purpose that isn't trying to record.
Is this Omaha? Was it the ship?
I didn't
Something.
hear
I think
what
he
they
said something.
said.
Omar, yeah.
Is it an aircraft carrier?
Could be, but whatever it is, there must be some kind of.
You'd think they
must be
get
some
better
kind of
footage. That's what you say.
Must be some kind of recording equipment
I'm saying
on there.
if it's been there for 2 hours and
Yeah,
it's an
it
aircraft
must-
carrier, you'd send it. You say, go and have a look at that.
Yeah,
Chuck.
someone will go and have a look.
Go on your
Chuck.
plane. Well, just Chuck the pilot. Don't you know him? First name that sprang to mind.
They do have other. I mean, I'm not a believer in the fact that aliens are coming and visiting us, but I'm open to the fact that if they're starting to release stuff, maybe there's stuff we don't know. But there are other things where pilots have been tracking things. There's footage of the pilots that have been sent out to go and intercept things. And
But the footage is like this. It's grainy shit.
oh yeah, of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
Because
gives it all credibility's gone.
I think these are the instruments they used for specific purposes. That's the point. It's not made for filming something HD that's 2 miles away. Or
No,
Yeah, I
it
think
should be.
you'd find they'd have instruments like that, even binoculars. Some of those binoculars that they use, you can see absolutely anything. I know
Yeah.
they can't film it, but they'll be able to see a lot clearer than that because
And
they
then
still
they could tell you
they
about
still
it.
physically on ships. They still physically look out to sea, don't they?
Yeah.
For
I'm sure
things,
they do.
you know.
Yeah.
And some of the kit that they have is absolutely amazing. But yeah, it's just anyway. Go on.
At least 6 feet in diameter, flew alongside the Omaha for an extended period and was observed through a thermal sensor in the ship's combat center. Filmmaker Jeremy Corbell released the Navy video weeks ago and says similar events were reported by 8 other Navy ships in the same area over 3 days.
Mark bearing and range.
There was numerous warships that are having similar it appears to be coordinated interaction. And this whole series was within this kind of, I'd say, circumference of 100 miles, and there was up to 50 to 100 contacts.
In the last 3 years, the Pentagon...
That guy's been on Joe Rogan, by the way.
Oh, has he?
And he makes documentaries about aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's got really interesting people on, and then sat next to him and just not shut up the whole time. And it's like, we want to hear the story from this guy, because you've made the documentary, you're sat there being the guy.
Yeah, right.
So annoying. So annoying.
has reluctantly confirmed the legitimacy of UFO images captured by Navy ships and air crews, including these photos taken off the coast of Virginia and the better-known videos, the so-called Tic Tac incident and the gimbal. But other than the images themselves, there's been no release of sensor data to buttress these cases. There is now.
Well, if you can write a general lat long where we're at, and then the number of contacts you got, the course and speed meters off them.
Over a period of hours, crew members on the USS Omaha, which is located in the center of this radar screen, monitored the approach of the unknown objects, as many as 14 at one point, all around the ship. 2 different radar systems watched the objects and estimated their speed.
Track 781 just sped up to 46 knots, 50 knots, closing in. Oh, actually 38 knots.
That one's pretty much perfectly 000 relative, right?
Yeah.
Corbell obtained the images from sources he declines to identify. The Pentagon's UAP task force considers the Omaha spheres to be true unknowns. The ships that were under observation by the unknowns were unable to track where they came from or where they disappeared to. The Omaha sphere appears to have vanished into the ocean.
What was splashed?
At that point, it also vanished from all sensors. In one video snippet, 9 of the objects were seen around the Omaha, but 2 of them dropped off, somehow invisible to 2 radar systems.
And it supports the hypothesis.
See, it's more for me when you've got credible people that are radar operators and stuff like that. That's what I find weird. There's no evidence of aliens here whatsoever, but there's definitely some weird shit flying around or something, isn't there?
If you're a warship, though, and there's something there that you're not sure about, you don't sit there twiddling your thumbs and thinking, I wonder what that is. You go out and look at it and try and find out, don't you, surely?
They shoot it down and ask questions.
They showed a bit of footage that was from that gimbal footage, they called it. That was from a fighter jet.
Yeah.
So they have obviously scrambled things out.
But again, it's all grainy, shitty footage.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah.
How come there's nothing fucking 1080?
Well,
HD.
I think if you look at a radar, the point of that is to find objects in it, and that's what they're viewing this on.
But surely,
I get that. Yeah.
If I seen something outside here that was rotating outside our office, right, for 2 hours, I'd be like, "Fuck, I'd go out and have a look."
Of course, yeah. So would I.
And
So
get the
anyone
film
would.
going, and then
Anyone
I'll get
would,
I'll get the video camera out. I'll get everything out and go, "What the fuck's that?"
Yeah.
And then someone comes back and says, "Oh, mate." But you think they're not my thing is about this.
Go on.
If someone's got the technology to travel from a different universe or wherever into us, just come to Earth, right? They've bypassed all the other fucking planets, right? Whichever way they're coming from, and they've come to us, right? They found us. You think you'd have better technology than a fucking flying saucer what everyone's kids draw? You know what I mean? If you said to a kid, draw me a UFO, everyone draws that same picture, and everything they see is that same fucking picture.
Like a flying car instead.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you'd have something really high tech, wouldn't they?
Yeah, of course you
It
would.
wouldn't be like that looked like a fucking blimp.
If you're going to another planet as well, from what we understand, I mean, if you went somewhere else and found life, you'd want to sort of make contact, wouldn't you? You literally would. You know,
would that be your first
They're going to be coming a long
instinct?
way. I think it would for human beings, wouldn't it? Why would you be going there?
I'd witness for a good while, because you might get knifed as soon as you go, "Oh yeah, you're right." Bang.
Yeah.
Their introduction might be just shoot you dead.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's how
With
they
the
say
radar
hi.
gun, one of them that beams out a laser beam.
Yeah.
So like frazzles you to nothing. The kids draw as well.
That these are not just a balloon dropping into the water, or it's not something that is easily explained. These are true unidentifieds in mass number, and we'll talk more about that, but that's what we're showing people, where you have radar data that goes with FLIR data, what everybody has been belly aching for. So here you go.
If these are foreign-made high-tech drones, how do they fly with no wings, rotors, or detectable exhaust? Do they possess some sort of cloaking ability? The sensor data, combined with the video images, raises difficult questions.
These are unidentified. We don't know what they are, everybody tries to corner me in saying they're aliens or something like this. I have no idea.
Maintain track as best you can. George Knapp, 8 News Now.
The video of the radar screens consists of 4 clips that were spliced together to show that this went on over a period of time. Today, less than 4 hours after that video was made public by us, a Pentagon spokesperson confirmed it is legit, that it was recorded by Navy personnel and is in the hands of the UAP Task Force. That's the unit created to prepare a report for Congress that is due next month.
It's all a bit shady, really, considering they've actually filmed it.
Well,
why would you do that?
Well, because they're seeing something weird and they've got no way of recording the radar, I guess. So someone's pulled their phone out
sure
and been like that.
Yeah, but
that's what that looked like to me.
They know what ship it was on, so they'll know exactly
of course
who was there and who had done
Someone's getting sacked for it.
They'd know exactly who had done it.
People are idiots.
I'm not buying any of it.
No. I think it's some sort of double bluff that sometimes they want these things to come out to hide the fact that maybe they're running tests on aircraft or the drones.
They're not saying. There's no one saying that that's aliens. All they're saying is it is some sort of unidentified thing.
Did say where it was? I'm not just wondering if it was like off the coast of like Miami and it was all immigration boats coming in from Cuba.
A load of dinghies.
You know, like you'd probably get the same if you come.
Yeah,
you know, France to England.
Cartel drug boats.
Yeah,
and things
exactly.
Like that.
Low flying aircraft cartels. You know, it's
a lot of times I think it's something like maybe the US or any country testing stuff themselves and then them saying they'll know that it'll be picked up by radar from Russia and China. They'll know that they'll see these things themselves. So they're coming in a double bluff saying, "Oh, we don't want it. It's either unidentified with absolutely no idea." You know, like
shoot it down and go. Don't see what's in it.
But like the American, might be their gear, whatever.
That's plausible
gear.
What you're saying because it's plausible deniability, isn't it? They're essentially saying we don't know what it is when really you're testing some sort of new high tech thing.
This has been leaked into the news. The news have got hold of it and it's out there. And I mean, somebody running a radar on the Omaha, do you think they'd risk their career just for that? Really?
I mean.
Whistleblowers go a long way now.
Yeah,
it's good to be a grass now. If people grass, they think they've done something right.
People risk their jobs for all types of stuff. And how much is a radar operator in the American Navy paid? You know, is it a sought after job? Is that is he on like $20,000 or something? And he's just some normal kid who's just got his phone out because something's weird. People don't. People do stupid stuff all the time, don't they?
Bullshit.
I think the fact that the American government are confirming that these things are like there's legit footage.
I think it's always going to be
that.
Unidentified.
Of course,
things and flying objects, but whether it's aliens or not, it's probably highly unlikely.
I don't think it is. But that's the only thing that's pricked my interest is the fact that their government have come out and started talking about things. And suddenly I'm like, well, why?
Yeah.
Just don't take drugs, kids. That's what happens. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that, and don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell and all that good stuff. Catch you on the next one.
Cheers guys.